What's up, guys? Response to part 5. I'm not going to respond to the first part, because you went back and you talked about the Texas school board. Again, I think I covered that pretty well in my last response. But you did start to talk about healthcare. You got a couple people who asked you about the healthcare reform. And I don't know what it is about the questions that people are asking you and corresponding to assignments I have, but I'm actually currently writing a paper on the healthcare reform bill. It's a policy analysis. It's due Tuesday for one of my professors. When I'm done writing it, I'll send it to you so you can get informed, because it will affect you a little bit. Even, the whole not benefiting you, not harming you thing. There are things you need to know about it. Like, off the top of my head, one of the things is you're going to get taxed if you don't have health care. That's not like an immediate thing. I believe it starts in 2014. But you're going to start to get taxed. And I think it can go all the way up to 2.5% of your income. If you don't have it, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like via the IRS. And a lot of people are pissed about this, but the reason for it is that there have been states that have kind of done the everybody has to have healthcare thing, or that have created pools for high-risk people. Your pre-existing condition people who can't get general healthcare anywhere else. Like I think New York State passed it to where the insurance companies had to take everybody, and that they had problems with. The insurance companies then took, in response to that, and put their premiums up because, they're going to have to pay more. So you had people who weren't sick at the time, healthy people like myself, in your 20s and 30s range, who just, discontinued their health care. So that led to higher, increase in, and premiums, which, it was a circular effect until, a good portion of people no longer had health care. And the people who did have health care 9 times out of 10 were people who really, really needed it and were paying premiums out the nose. And I mean, I think there was one woman who was paying like $17,000 a year or some shit because she had cancer. So basically the reason they're doing that tax is that they're trying to... The idea is that if everybody has insurance, it's going to keep the insurance premiums down because literally everybody's putting into the pool. So there are things like that you need to know. Also, you need to know that it's getting challenged. I believe last I looked, 15 states are their attorney generals are taking the healthcare reform bill to the Supreme Court and claiming certain parts of it are unconstitutional. So what you're going to have happen is that there's 2 ways that the healthcare bill can get destroyed. The first one is the Supreme Court. They go in there and they can't necessarily just throw the whole bill out. They only have jurisdiction over what these attorney generals, the specific issues that they bring. So, like, I live in Florida, and I know that my attorney general brought 3, I believe, in his statement, he addressed 3 different points. So, let's say only Florida's suing. They're going to go in, look at those 3 things that he said, and if they find them to be unconstitutional, cut those out. Now, what you can't have happen is that once all the cutting's been done, the bill doesn't make sense anymore, and so it inadvertently just kind of destroys itself. The other thing is that you could have Republicans win come November, win the House and the Senate back, and my cigarette went out. And they will try to, repeal the legislation. Well, the downside of this is President Obama won't sign it. And the only way to get around the signing of the president is with a 2/3 vote, which it doesn't look like they're going to have 2/3 majority. I don't care how pissed off people are right now. I really highly doubt that the Republicans get the 2/3. So then they'll have to wait another 2 years, assuming the Supreme Court doesn't do anything about it, and they say, no, it's all fine. They'll have to wait at least another 2 years until the presidential election comes up, when they can possibly put a Republican president in there who they only need the majority. They only need, the 51%. But, and there's other things that they can do. I mean, they can defund the program. which is a way of, kind of fucking with it. So I mean, it's really kind of up in the air. But when I get done with that one, if you want that paper too, just let me know. Obviously, I don't turn it until Tuesday, so I wouldn't be able to get it to you before then. But I'll let you read that one too. And as I learn a little bit more about it, I might come back and make another video and actually because I know that in my paper I have a chart. I don't know if it's actually going to make it in the paper, but I have a chart that literally describes how the new healthcare bill will specifically affect people. If you're insured, if you're uninsured, if you have a pre-existing condition, if you have a family, all that. So I might come back and do another video response on top of this one, and put that information out there so you guys can see it. But there are some. You could actually, I mean, for the most part, just go into Google and just type in, healthcare reform bill. And you should get some newspapers or some websites who have simplified it. Don't go to any real hardcore left or hardcore right, because you might not be getting the right information. Go to a newspaper or journal, and you'll get accurate information there. But as far as healthcare goes, it could be a plus, it could be a negative. It really just depends on how things go. I'm interested to see how things are going to work out with it. I personally think it's a good idea. Just for this whole fact, I think it's fucked up that, just because, you were born with a pre-existing condition, you can't get health care. So, I don't think it's right that we leave those people out in the dark. Just to, pay for the hundreds of thousands of dollars that they're going to have. And the other thing is, you're kind of right with the whole, they took stuff out, the public option wasn't there, which would be where you would actually be able to buy your insurance via the government. People got really kind of pissed off with that, and that probably wouldn't have passed had they left that in there. I personally would have liked to have seen it, just because it really would have made the insurance companies compete. But I don't know, it would have been interesting to see, had they actually done it, how it would have been implemented, the agency that would have been put in charge of it, and what they would have charged and how they would have gone about it. It would have been interesting to see. I don't know if I would have liked it once it actually got passed, but it's all interesting shit. But I think that'll do it for this one. I'll probably have 6, probably later tonight, I don't know. I'm currently writing that healthcare paper. I'm making these videos responses when I, just need a break mentally from that paper. So take it easy, guys.